Hollywood elites are completely freaking out right now about what Mel Gibson and Mark Wahlberg could have in the works.
Mel Gibson and Mark Wahlberg are exposing the Hollywood elites, and these people are losing their minds over it. Mel Gibson and Mark Wahlberg have always spoken up against the wrongs in Hollywood, and both of them are controversial figures. But what they just did is freak the Hollywood elites out, and they are out to get them. Welcome back to Celebrity Buzz. Today we're going to be talking about how actors Mel Gibson and Mark Wahlberg expose the evils that go on behind the red curtain of Hollywood and how the elites are not happy. But before we get into that, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on our future uploads.
One of the most disturbing problems in our world today is human trafficking, and particularly the trafficking of children.
Now, all of you might be wondering what exactly these two actors did. Well, it's not something new, but their old work that has resurfaced. The movie Sound of Freedom is what has caused all of this madness. You see, Mark Wahlberg starred in the movie, but the twist is in the fact that this movie was made 5 years ago. It was originally owned by Disney, but Disney sold the movie instead of releasing it, and we'll tell you exactly why they did it. The movie was released just this year and has been performing incredibly in the box office. But why doesn't Hollywood want people to see this movie? Various articles are being published against the actors who were involved in the making of the film, especially Mark. And Mel is also facing a lot of heat for being so supportive of the movie. All of this makes you wonder, what is in this movie that Hollywood is trying their best to shut it down? What makes this whole thing even weirder is that despite all the attempts by Hollywood to stop people from watching the movie did just as good as the new Mission Impossible. And that's all because the movie is really good and talks about something very important. But if it's talking about an important issue and it's good, why are the Hollywood elites so against it? Well, we'll answer all those questions, but before we do, make sure to hit that subscribe button and share this video with a friend who might like our content.
For Homeland Security, you know we can't go off rescuing Honduran kids in Colombia.
This job tears you to pieces.
Now let's talk about what the movie is about. For those of you who haven't seen Sound of Freedom yet, we'll try to give you a little summary. But beware because there are going to be some spoilers ahead. The movie is basically about human trafficking, especially involving children. An agent approaches a father and tells him how his children would be great models and actors. The father is told to bring his kids to an audition, which he does. The woman at the auditions tells him to pick his children up in the evening, but when the dad comes back, the whole operation is closed and there's no one there. The movie is very sad and scary, but it also talks about a very real and scary issue. Human trafficking has become a huge issue in today's world, and explicit content involving children is an even bigger issue. Both of these go hand in hand, and the movie addresses these issues. So why are the Hollywood elites trying to shut this film down and getting people to not watch it? Well, the answer is obvious. It's because if people start understanding the movie and its meaning on a deeper level, these Hollywood elites would be exposed.
Believe me, I did a lot of research on it, and according to all the research, it was way worse than that, anything I showed you.
Yup, you heard that right. It's no surprise that human trafficking and child abuse are two things that are very common in Hollywood. We all know the stories of child actors being sexually assaulted or being taken advantage of. And those are the stories where these actors got the chance to speak up. Most victims of the Hollywood elites don't ever get to speak up. But when actors like Mel Gibson and Mark Wahlberg try to speak up against these powerful people in Hollywood who are downright evil, they are demonized. There have been countless articles put out by the minions of these elites, all of which speak against Mel Gibson, Mark Wahlberg, and the movie. The way these articles turn people against Mark and Mel is by bringing up their controversial pasts. Both Mel and Mark committed some pretty bad crimes in the early years of their lives, but both of them have grown and moved on, acknowledging the damage they did. But leave it up to these Hollywood elites to twist the narrative and paint these people badly.
Based on money, the system here.
It is.
Yeah.
The system is completely based on money.
Yeah.
Now, remember how we told you about Disney selling the movie to a different studio? Well, according to some people, Disney is involved with the Hollywood elites and didn't want to go against them. Because we all have seen what happens when you go against these people in power. Not only that, but people think that Disney might also be involved in some trafficking and child abuse. And it's not even a theory. Disney has been called out several times for their suspicious activities related to trafficking. Now that's ironic coming from a studio that pretends to be protective and good for children, right?
Then there's Xavier Jackson. He's 27.
He is accused of sending sexual images to someone he thought was a 14-year-old girl.
Oh, did I mention that he just happens to be a lifeguard at the Polynesian Resort for Disney?
That's not even the end of the story there, because both these actors are preparing for something much bigger, and it's going to destroy Hollywood elites. The elites are shaking in their boots as Mel and Mark prepare for a super secret new project that they're planning to release soon. Mel Gibson has been teasing his fans with information about the project, but nothing in detail has been told yet. But the way the elites are trying so hard to cancel Mel and Mark, we're sure it's going to be something good, and it's going to be the talk of the town. The movie is going to be called Flight Risk and is about a criminal being transported in a plane. It's going to be presented at the Cannes Film Festival, and critics who know about the movie have said that it's going to be a blockbuster. But thinking about how it took 5 years for Sound of Freedom to come out after being made, we're scared that the powerful people in Hollywood might try to shut the movie down before it even comes out.
One of the most disturbing problems in our world today is human trafficking, and particularly the trafficking of children. Now, the first step in eradicating this crime is awareness.
According to some sources, Mel and Mark have also received threats regarding this movie. So it's not just defaming articles that are being written against them at this point. These sources claim that both actors have received serious threats, telling them that if they continue to work against the elites, there are going to be consequences. And you know exactly what they mean by that. Fans also think that these are the same people that Ice Cube warned us about. In a video that Ice posted, he talked about a secret group in Hollywood who control everything and hold a lot of power over everyone. There's a big chance that all of these things are connected, and there's something that Mel and Mark know that the secret club of gatekeepers doesn't want the people to find out. That said, if this movie does come out and Mel and Mark expose these elites the way they plan to, it would change everything in Hollywood and quite literally destroy the elites.
And we were humiliated. We were taken through the ringer in the media. This was before Trump came out and said it was, the lying media and the fake news. And they were fake news back when we were doing that. But we had to fight for everything we had.
And that was all we had time for in today's video. How do you think the elites are going to react when Mark and Mel's new movie comes out? What do you think the movie is going to be about? Let us know all your thoughts in the comment section. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and hit that subscribe button for more videos like these in the future. With all that said, as always, we'll see you in our next video.